Yeah.
Some
people can rock it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a beard. I'm not a huge beard guy because you see all that gray in my face. Ugh.
That's happening to me too.
I can't do the gray at any rate. So we left off at you're going live, right?
It's not. Yeah, we haven't done it live. We just.
Yeah, I'll be chopping it down.
What I'm saying is, are you live now, recording?
Yeah, go for it.
Just catching stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, my mom would take me to my granddad's. And we didn't see him that often, but he was a barber. It left a pretty strong impression on me. And you know, I never saw anybody at work, you know, per se. I only knew my mom left every morning and came back at night. I was raised in a single parent household where my mom had to work really hard to keep us afloat, and my dad wasn't around. So when I went to my granddad's, and here's this man, owned a house, had a cool little barber shop, a little stoop off the sidewalk in the neighborhood, went up to his shop, connected to his house, and I was like, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, even back then I could see how awesome the idea was.
Yeah.
And so it was always in my head, and I was a little kid. But my mom always cut my hair at home too, so I didn't really get exposed to any other shops but my granddad's. And basically just had that in my head forever, you know. I was gonna do that someday. Didn't know why. It looked fun. He had these cool tools, you know. And I have one like what he used. And it's the old Oster 76ers. And they sound like a miniature railroad track, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and they just sound cool. It's the sound of the barbershop.
Right.
But I don't use them anymore because they got cords. And I hate cords. Gotta have the cordless.
Yeah.
They're making them good nowadays, so you don't need a cord.
Right.
At any rate, Granddad was a barber. He'd also driven truck before as well. And let's see where we're at here with your sideburns. So we're gonna go here. At any rate, he had also driven the truck when he was younger, as I had. So when I found all this stuff out, I called him up. This was before he passed, and I told him, hey, guess what? I'm following in your footsteps. He was kind of happy about that.
That's awesome.
Gave me some words of advice, and that was the last time I talked to him. So I've been looking for an artist that could render me a picture from the pictures that I have of him kind of in a white smock behind a barber chair in a barber shop. Somehow paint that. I've had like 3 artists that said they would do it, and all failed, flaked out on me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for, I will be at some point paying to have that done.
That's awesome.
So I can finally have my granddad in the shop with me.
Yeah, hang it up somewhere around here.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make a spot. But at any rate, he was a good guy, and that was my main influence for barbering. So here I am today.
So you moved out of Texas. You're in Boise. What's the plan for this shop here?
Well, we always planned for 2 or 3 barber shops. My initial idea before I even opened a barber shop was to start a barber school. And so I had, you know, before I even went to barber school, I had been cutting hair for 20 years on the side as a hobby. You know, when I was driving truck, I was cutting hair on the side. Just as a fun thing, because I knew one day I was going to do it. I didn't know when. But that's what ended up happening. I ended up going to school, and then I had all these logo designs for, you know, Vinny's Barber School or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
And I ended up making a barber shop instead. I'm going to tape it this in. Is that cool, or you like your block?
I like a block, actually.
Okay, your block.
If that's all right.
No, man. You got to do what I say. This is my haircut.
I know.
I'm just kidding. I aim to please, brother.
I don't know why. That's always the way I go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe
that's cool.
Maybe I'm a blockhead.
They do have I went to school in Rotterdam at the old school. And they have a shirt that says, I will not block a neckline. I will not block a neckline. Like you got in trouble at school and you had to write it 100 times. It's on the back of the shirt.
Oh, really?
They don't block anyone's neckline. Everybody gets a taker.
Why, though?
You don't have a choice.
What's the...
It's classic.
It's okay.
They're classic barbers. They do all these classic cuts here. That's all from the Rotterdam school.
Okay.
The score of barbershops. And I'm more of the type that, hey, it's a classic shop. If you want to block, I'm gonna block you. I don't care.
Right.
Put me in timeout. I won't care.
And see, you know, like what drives me nuts is when I get it not blocked, and then like all that, you know, that's where all your neck hair just looks
Yeah.
like it's a big
Yeah,
mountain
no,
that's
I hear
right
you.
there.
Are we trimming this at all? A little bit of dusting, maybe?
Yeah, just take out whatever needs to be, just like last
You're
time.
just looking at back, right?
Yep.
That's right. See why I close those blinds? That light hits that floor, and it's like, yeah. So we're just gonna give you a little texture.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah. So we've got some really cool entertainment today. It's the bluegrass versions of Iron Maiden and Metallica.
Dude, I heard some Offspring in there.
Yeah. Offspring.
That's awesome.
Exactly. So, well, any other you got other stuff for me?
Yeah, so you're like we talked about, the whole plan behind this is to get these chairs filled in here, and
Well,
then,
yeah,
and then
clearly.
get another one going.
We had issues back at the old spot with finding barbers, and here we have two or more barber schools, I believe, in Boise. So you know, our idea is to come here and make a cool classic shop that guys want to work at, and just build a real cool vibe, you know,
Yeah.
in Boise. So, and that's what we're shooting for, really. And obviously that business, it has to be a business, you know. We're going to be in the next 10, 15 years coming into retirement. So we're looking at, you know, barbers, they say just don't retire. They die behind the chair or whatever. But I like to travel. I like to see places. So my idea is to just get to a point where we have our chairs and we can cut and take vacations. My first goal is to do a baseball tour.
Oh yeah.
So every year we go out hit as many parks all over the country as we can, and just stop and enjoy the cities where they're at.
That's awesome.
I've been to Kaminsky, I've been to Arizona, I've been to San Francisco. I went to the Oakland Stadium for a A's game. Never been to a Raiders game.
Yeah.
So you can see how that turned out pretty good. You kind of keep a little bit back here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Is this the look you're looking for?
That's it.
Basically. Let's do a little bit of this taper here on the sideburns just to make sure, because this one feels like it's a little sharper than this one. At any rate, that was it. The plan was to come here, and you know, I'm a big fan of Idaho. Spent a lot of years coming to Coeur d'Alene and just spending time on the lake out there with my buddy Mark. And but when it comes to opening a business, Coeur d'Alene just didn't seem like the place that we needed to go, you know, for a business and for growing a long-term barbershop business.
Right.
Just Boise has the population, they have it all, you know. So
Yep.
we came here a couple times and decided that we were going to come here with, you know, everything they do here. They put the city together so well, you know,
Right.
with the green belt and everything is really usable. And we just like the downtown, and everything seemed like our type of place, you know. Not to mention the low amount of snow that they get.
Oh yeah.
So we're hyped about the less snow. I don't mind snow. I live in Chicago, but I'm not a big fan of heavy, you know, get up in the morning and scrape the windows. And
Right.
I don't mind scraping the windows, but when you got to shovel 3 feet of snow out from your car before you go to work,
So, thank you. Not too fun.
at any rate, we're here now. We're making it our home, and all we need is for y'all to come here. I'm still saying y'all. My wife brought me to Texas for those 9 years, and yeah, I picked up some of their slang,
Yeah. Well, you live down there.
like y'all and fixin' and
Yep.
all y'all. That's the plural for y'all. All y'all. So, at any rate, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, I want to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about this dude right here? Because this is the coolest part right here.
Well, I searched for a buffalo. I wanted the buffalo. I thought about all kind of different animals, and we had that's David Bowtie over there, the deer.
Oh yeah.
He's got a bow tie on. I call him David Bowtie. I got him and hung him the day that David Bowie died, and so that was my my dedication to David Bowie, because he was an influence on my musical life. And so we put the bow tie and call him David Bow Tie. This one's Buffy, and I looked for one, and they were $5,000–$6,000. I got on Craigslist one day, and I started putting buffalo head, and wouldn't you believe it, one popped up, $1,000. I was like, no way. So I got this buffalo, named him Buffy, and then I got this hat, which came from arguably the most famous barber in the world. This is Bloody Butcher's hat. He's wearing it in this picture with me. You can't see it because it's dark, but he always wore this hat. This is him up here too. We're in Austin, hanging out. We did a show, a hair show in Austin. I cut in between my idols on the big stage. But he usually wears this hat, but it's Christmas, so he's doing the naughty
He's
thing.
getting festive.
Yeah, he insists of wearing the Christmas hat in the holidays. So that's the deal. Usually he can talk when no one's here. He talks, but he has to have the hat on. It's like Frosty the Snowman, you know, comes to life when he's wearing that hat. I say Buffy gets his power from the Bloody Butcher's hat, and it's fun. It's just a joke, really. You know? But he's a cool little centerpiece. When I got him, put him on the wall, it just made the shop. You know. So now he's. We used to have him right in the middle, but now we got 5 mirrors, and it's kind of hard to center him. So we put him over here next to me. But that's the story of Buffy.
Well,
He's a cool guy.
this is how you know you're getting a real haircut right here. You get the shaving cream, and he rolls out the razor, the straight edge razor.
Yes, sir, we do. My granddad did the same thing, except he had the strop and hone, and he didn't use a new blade on every shave.
Yeah.
I use the replaceable blades because they're very sharp out of the paper and very sanitary. You know, you don't have to worry about anybody's junk being on your razor when I use it on you. So, very sanitary and clean. New razor for every client. And I'm sure that makes you happy, right?
Oh yeah.
I always thought it was weird that a barber would use the same razor on every client, you know?
How would you sterilize that?
Well, you spray it. There's stuff. I have the hospital grade spray over there I spray everything with after use, but when it comes to a razor, you can put it in the barber side. It just, I think, dulls it up a little bit. So my thing is just keep it safe. It doesn't cost that much money for a razor, maybe 5 or 10 cents, you know.
Yeah.
It's added into the cost of the haircut.
So there you go. This is Vince. Make sure you come get your haircut down here. He does a great job. I'll be back.
Awesome. Appreciate it.